Hello. So we're going to iron out this mask that I made for Dave because he's bigger person, heavier. So I washed it and it wrinkled, and now ironing it. This one is also for him, has been washed, but I haven't wear it, so the fabric from Walmart. This fabric is like 2 for $5. It's not top notch, but so it shrinked after it sits in the washers and dryer. It wrinkles too, so for the quality between the two, you can tell. This one went in the washer too. I wore it over the weekend. Yeah, Independence Day is coming on 2020, and sadly, no fireworks, right? Maybe fireworks. I'm not sure. Well, I know. Because it hasn't happened yet. So is there? Oh, no. Until it happens. I was hungry. 7 at night now. I had like KFC. Leftover wings from yesterday. And yummy, delicious rice and bamboo soaked in oil, chili oil. So you can see the difference that this one is smaller. Ooh, I like the beads, the pearl that I put into the washer. And so now it smells extra good. Okay. I'm kind of inspired today, and this is like my 3rd episode today that I got on. Sometimes you feel like that, you know? So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to demonstrate the 2 that I made today. The protective facial mask with, turn that off, with scarf. Okay. So I iron these, give them away to friends. If you make extra, friends, neighbors, strangers. Yeah, talk on stranger. Like this guy, he's from was going house to door to preach or convert people. The Mormon. So I ended up giving it like a month ago or 2 months ago when I saw him preaching, and he said, his life is in the hands of God, and he doesn't need protective mask. And I'm like, okay, but I want to give it to you anyways because I know that your life, your faith, your destiny. But since I have made plenty, please take one. Not about your life, but others. So I have made this prior. I could tie it back like that but it would, you know, require larger scarf. I guess I could like have a little string, so I could like a Velcro sewn on it. Would it look tacky? You know, a piece of Velcro which I have recently sewn it. Yeah, it's kind of sensitive, so might not work. I didn't make it long enough to tie. But the reason is I just didn't want to feel like there's so much fabric, you know what I'm saying? But this still feel like a lot of fabric too. My next one could be more fabric. Could consist of more fabric. This one, you know, was so my friend did ask me, what's the purpose of this thing? Sun protection. I don't know. Usually you tie it back too. But I didn't make it wide enough. Huh. My friend keeps saying hi. All the way from Taiwan. See what's he up to. Maybe I should call him up and ask him what's up. Since he's in Taiwan. And then he declined. Yeah, anyways, whatever. I'm going to do my next one. I'm going to make the scarf a little bigger, okay? But, in the meantime, this one, and, can't see, and this one. So, initially, they were the size with a facial mask, but when I was making one, it was not sufficient wide enough for the scarf. So now I will have to, but you know, I don't really care for so long, so I like the one I already have. Oh. I'm running out of storage space, so that's why it's good for me to try to lock onto that one too for storage. But anyway, I could delete as I go. So we cut these pattern earlier. Was it 4 by 7? But now we're going to combine them instead of individually. You know, I need some of these because, you know, to holding the ribbon, because I do. Right? $12 pair of shears from Walmart. 47 cents ribbon. Walmart. I feel like since this crisis going on, Walmart's my favorite store. It's your store. Not really. It's not my store. But is it QFC or Safeway? It's your store. I don't remember. I'll just go down here. Okay. I'm just going to do a straight run. Oops. Four corners, right? It should be like, close your eyes and do this therapeutically. Should get it done. Breathe. Breathe. Don't forget the end piece. Significant in this process. Breathe. Always breathe. But some people say, you keep asking me to breathe. If I don't breathe, I die. It's natural. Yeah. The purpose of saying breathe is not about breathing. It's about momentum, right? It's not about breathing. It's about concentrating on the concept of being alive, right? Because if we are talking about breathing, we're not talking about breathing. We're talking about the concept of being alive, right? That concept is significant in, that's why we say breathe. Literally, it does not mean breathe. It means focus on what you're doing. Don't get distracted. What it means is the word breathe is not really breathe. It's more like keep going. Keep going. That's sort of it. Right? Because if we were really talking about breathing, then duh, everybody breathe. But we're talking about the concept of continuing your work, right? Is it hard to understand? Or is it easy to understand what I'm trying to convey? Alright, it's not about breathing. Just get that. It's about... but do breathe from the depth, the bottom of your lungs. Shallow breathing. Like you could faint because you are shallowing. People take things for granted. When they don't breathe. Well, take things for granted when they think about the concept of breathing. Okay, the word breathing is not really breathing. It's about focus, and also your body as a whole is a living thing. Flow of fluid, momentum, alive. What does that mean? Moving. Like the fluid flowing in your system, blood, intercellular fluid, cerebral spinal. All that is significant, So when you talk about breathe, or when I say breathe, literally it is breathe, but not really breathe. Did you get me? Probably didn't get me. Breathing, okay? Like I say, doing this after a while, it become like breathing. You shouldn't even need to think too much. But breathing itself is like a concept of taking for granted sometimes, because people tend to, under stress situation, they explode, right? Like, okay, I'm not a goddess. Why am I exerting these concepts? Breathe or whatever. Well, because I have fallen into the pit of mistakes before. Okay, let's give an example. When I don't breathe. And it's not just me, but often when I forgot to literally the word breathe, I would die, right? But if I don't breathe, most of the time, it's because something else have entrapped me, like fighting verbally, would get all excited in a disagreement. That's when a person who's older can step back and say, breathe. Instead of saying, stop, you're in this frenzy to continue on and someone tell you to stop. Most of the time, you don't stop. When someone, tell you stop fighting, or do they usually say that? And most of the time, they lost you. Well, you lost your present moment when you're, in the state of defense, right? At a defense. Like when your defense is up. And that could be in a situation you're fighting for survival. Somebody insults you. You feel violated. You're fighting for your own pride. The word by itself. It's powerful because it represents you as a human. That's why most of the time you lose the breathing practice that I often say, breathe. Well, when work gets a little mundane or something is in your head overpower the state that you are at, you lose that sense of interest, or the sense of, you lose interest, or the sense of continuation, right? Because you might trick yourself to say you're tired, right? Because it could be repetition or an external force telling you that it's not worth it, right? So then you will become distracted, right? So to lose your distraction, to get back, to bring you back to the present moment of your of where you are, the concept of saying breathe is to again regain the momentum that you want to accomplish, which is, well, doing whatever you're doing, like making math, doing your homework, you want to come back to the present moment of acknowledging your work. So it's significant to really understand the word, the concept breathe. But breathing is not about breathing, okay? Breathing is about continuing the process that you engage yourself in, if that makes sense. Okay? What does that mean? It means when a workload seems abundant, a workload seems overwhelming, that's when you distract yourself from the present moment of abundant overwhelmness, because it's in your head, you see, to believe that it's abundant, right? It's only abundant when you think it is, right? So that's why when you say to breathe, it literally means to breathe. Okay? It means breathe in the sense that come back to the present moment. Ground yourself to the present moment. So then you can finish the goal that you started with, right? And it could be making masks, or could be, doing homework, any activity that, you obligate in your goal project to do, right? The responsibility to continue on because you had started it. That's why you say breathe. Not literally breathe, but to continue on. So, should be more verbally accurate by saying continue on, right? Because the word breathe itself is confusing, because you're probably wondering, so I'm not breathing? Then how am I alive? Right? So that's not what I meant. What I meant is continue on. But in that concept, well, continuing on is not really, because that's capturing, the fact that you may be bored with it. So that's why when you say breathe, then you're not capturing boredness or overwhelmness. You're capturing continuation. Okay? That's why using the word breathe has a double meaning. Its meaning is pretty simple. To finish your project, right? To motivate yourself, right? Because, no one else motivates yourself better than yourself, right? You give up because you give it up, right? Continue because you continue. So that's why tactful motivation to help you yourself continue on is to verbally give yourself, message like breathe, be happy, those kind of message, because this is you, no one else can take care of yourself better than yourself, right? No one knows when you're hungry except you know. No one else think how beautiful you are, more beautiful than you yourself, right? No one killed you than you yourself, right? What does that mean? Well, when you're not happy with yourself, most of the time, you take action. But if you're happy with yourself, you also take action, right? So, telling yourself is like continuing on, telling yourself like you're beautiful. It's too wordy, too redundant, too self-egocentric, too, so, just imagine someone witnessing you saying that. They might not agree, but they may agree. Like your parents probably agree that you are beautiful, intelligent. Most of the time, the ones who loved you definitely agree and would never want to hear you talk negative about yourself, want you to be inspired by yourself, motivate yourself to accomplish the things that you want to do in this lifetime, like your lifetime. Like it could be able to see the Statue of Liberty in this lifetime, to fall in love, whatever that you want to do with your lifetime, in an inspiring way that be an exemplary model to society as a whole. I'm sure that concept of wanting to do significantly so others can be enriched by your existence is a lifetime. That's what you live for, right? To be enriching to others is what we live for, to inspire others, to live in such an enriching way is the most rewarding way. Okay? Everybody is raised as a human, and human through history have proved, has shown, have taught, have repeated over and over again, through the Bible, through storytelling from one parent to the other, to love each other, to love ourselves, so we can help others, help ourselves, to live a lifetime, and this lifetime with peace and the feeling of accomplishment that we did it. And that's quite powerful if we can do it. If we can do it, do you believe in the concept of reincarnation, which is the ability to live again, soul-wise, or not even the soul, the body probably had died, perished, soul. Okay, so let's stop right there in the concept of breathing. Breathing is significant because it gives us this powerful message. And the message we're trying to deliver is love. Okay? Okay, so with this long piece, we could do a longer scarf, like this, right? And then it can flip back like that. So we want to try that, we can. And like I say, this one's more fabric, right? And it entails like, a lot more fabric. There was an episode in here where they were doing protective masks with scarf and long scarf. Let's see, protective mask. Oh, with long scarf. I don't know if they have that. I'm just Googling. Those are just masks with scarf, but here's, as you see, this longer scarf. I don't see one. Okay, I see scarf making protective mask. But I don't see one that's a protective scarf, protective mask with long scarf. So this would be like the first one I would be making. That's not on here. Yeah. And I'm not sure if I want to do it because, just because, or, I want to show my support. I can do it. Right. Okay. Yeah, since I don't see it on here, I will just do it, okay? And I'm going to do it. Okay. So, protective mask with long scarf. And this is my scarf. Okay. I'm going to sew longevity and sew length, right? Vertically and horizontally. And since I already made a protective scarf, protective mask, then this addition to the scarf would be okay. Couple scarves, two of them actually. Okay. Now I do a run down. Is it the middle again? This piece of it's hard to cut. warrior I have to work with. Just run her down. This piece. Back here. Alright, now I flip over. Make sure. Okay. Iron this. Because this is not nice. It's scrunch it. Right. So breathe deep from the bottom of your lungs. Breathe. Stretch your tummy out. Walk on the treadmill in a meditational pace. You're not in a competition. You're just going through life, precious motion, moment. Okay. Life, precious moment. In life, precious moment pertains to having good breath. With the COVID these days, or initially, people who were dying because they have circulatory and respiratory problem. Now, we don't want to, take breathing for granted, especially if we never had history of it. And hearing stories about people suffering teaches us the need to appreciate what we have, which is breath. So then, recognize the significance of that. Then we too want to breathe properly. Don't want to suffer when others teach us, live through it, teach us their own survival as a human, which is no different from them as a human living thing of the same species. We learn to survive, just like fire, learning fire, keeping warm, learning from instinct that we have to keep warm, making fire, nature versus nurture, the need to feel warmth, because we're born to need warmth, and then the need to make warmth through fire. So when someone lived it and experienced it and teaches, then knowledge is powerful for our own survival as a human. So, when we learn, well, we never learn, since I burn myself consistently. We can survive and live another day. Okay. Living another day means exercising our destiny to be alive. And there's so many billion of people who are destined to be alive. And then there's the unfortunate who passed away. But the ones who survive also have the gift of knowledge to pass down, to continue the species, the human species. Of course, the human species is quite intelligent, and that's good. Otherwise, we won't exist. That's gonna be not good. So, one of the survival skills during this time with the invincible virus around is to protect yourself, and that is wearing a mask. And this mask represents 2020 survival skill, and this is why we promote it. So then, we can put a button, promote it, so we can tell everyone that we're survivors, right? And you can put another thin thing, so we can put a button here. And how do we do that? Use this. Okay. The button might not fall through with that, because this one's a little thin. So this, which is thinner, so the button can weave through. America as a whole concept. delivered appropriately to show unity. Well, why not? I mean, you like living as a human, and you definitely want to continue, because what's so unpleasant around living? I mean, one beautiful thing about living is one of many is the ability to choose and do things that we love or we don't or like to do. That could be from making silly masks, walking on the treadmill, reading, cooking, eating something delicious. Neat green. We take living for granted sometimes because, due to age, kind of like not appreciated as much, or haven't presented a challenge in a way, or haven't been taught, or just maybe because we have genetic disease. Well, my friend talked about a child wanting to not live because not seeing beauty within herself, or maybe genetically another situation where a child just have the genes where they not healthy in the sense of seeing societal concept or human nature, not just society as a whole, but nature, not recognizing nature, which is us, surviving, living, born, and living, doing things, breathing, relaxing. So when that happens, a little sad, right? For the family, for the person, not recognize it. Okay, so I have that little, now I just need a button, right? Right back. Search. And you see this ribbons? Oh, and more beads. You see this ribbons? Right on. That's good ribbon for use. For the tailing. Now I did have a big one. Is it? So then I would make sure that my button is also of that size. You see, might be a little too small. I would need a big button. Okay. Okay. So I guess that would be the biggest. Sadly, that would be the biggest. As I go through my search and get some more. But in the meantime, let's do this ribbon. Right here. Over here. There was a painter back in the days on the station, and when I saw him through all his paintings, and he would talk and he would paint, and he does it in such a easy way. It's so fascinating. But what was attractive about him, which is ironic, not about any of that, but about, I don't know, it was his voice. So soothing, so peaceful, you know. I forgot his name. Not really good at remembering names. Maybe not growing up with American names in the family. Having to speak another language, Vietnamese, it gives you a sense of, it's great that you master, you can master a different language, but also, well, sometimes names, unless it's common names, it's easy. There are names that, oh, his name is Bob, right? I don't remember his last name. It's dawn on me. Anyway, so just feeling that his voice was so powerful and soothing. Since I've been sewing by machine, it's like, can you do the button by machine? No. And I'm not going to say I wish, because no, this is my first trial run of this rectangle scarf design. So, and this button is a new concept too. So, it's not like mass production where it requires. Well, actually, mass production. Could always dream. this extra. Now let's set it aside and then let's exemplify. Okay, the scarf deal. That was so inspiring, right? But not a regular scarf, but a rectangle. Okay, and we got a button. Okay. And a loop. And voila, a loop and a button. Where was my button? So the loop and the button is down there first. Let's check it out. So the button is right at the bottom. Right? Yeah, but I want to make another button. Well, actually, if we don't button it, it could act like a neck warmer too, right? Let's just say, if we have another button, or we to draw straight down, see what it looks like, right? Does this go through? Oh, that's why we have a button, because this fabric can squeeze through your neck. It squeezed through here because this is an opening. Okay. And there we have it. Now we were to loop this one too. So we got a lot of fabric here, right? So it's best if we just leave it there. And we got the button up here. And there it is. Okay. That was easy, right? And this frame, it's a store, right? The manufacturer of the fabric. And it's just a curve, right? It's not a pointy like the previous, like these two, where, you know, it points down. This one is concave. So rectangle is okay. Now this kind of mask require a lot of fabric, and it's not for the summer. I mean, with this extra fabric, it's good for a night in the rain. The snow would be perfect. Anyway, so here's an accomplishment, right? And it takes an hour to do this project. Okay. Material-wise, it's not that expensive. Okay, that's all, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.